Hello and welcome to The Bald Guy Cooks. I'm The Bald Guy, and this is the first video in our simple recipes series. And all the simple recipes, we'll do 5. And from one of my favorite cookbooks by Robin Miller, Robin takes 5. It's 500 recipes, 5 ingredients or less, and very short cooking and preparation time. So it's a really good, easy, simple cookbook to work with. And if you're calorie conscious, if you follow her recipes, they're under 500 calories each too. So depends on how you want to approach that. But really good cookbook. Today we're going to be cooking chicken cheese crisps. And chicken, it's a quesadilla. But chicken cheese crisp, you can put anything in a quesadilla. So we'll show you the basics of it, and then maybe talk about a few alternatives that you could do if you don't like one of the ingredients that are in the recipe here. But essentially, it's she recommends whole wheat flour tortillas. I don't like whole wheat flour tortillas, so I'm going to use regular flour tortillas. And my wife doesn't like regular flour tortillas, so we're going to be using corn tortillas for her. And so the tortillas, depending on the size, shredded chicken or cubed chicken, and this is rotisserie chicken. That if you look at the rotisserie chicken video in the skills section of this, it shows you how to break down a chicken and the different ways that you can process that. And then we've got cheddar cheese, jack cheese, salsa, and sour cream. I'm adding cilantro because we love cilantro. Now, if you're not sure what a rotisserie chicken is, if you see these in the store, that's what's in it. It's a big chicken. It's already cooked, already prepped. And so we've just taken the chicken off the bone, and you can put that in the fridge. We'll be using that chicken tomorrow or in our next set of videos too. So let's get started. So essentially what we're going to be doing is assembling the food onto the tortilla. I'm going to start heating the pans up here. Actually, let me just cook one at a time. This may be the easiest way. And we're putting this on a medium to high heat. And on my, every stove has numbers. And so, I'm gonna blow the place up here. Woo! Party time. Let's get this party going here. It's always good fun cooking with gas if you don't watch it. But on my scale, I have from low to high, and it's essentially 0 to 10. And so medium would be 5, medium high is like a 7 to 8 on this. If you have other scales, kind of split it in half and then go up a little higher than that to get to medium to high. So we'll let that start heating up, and let's start assembling. So you can use tongs or spatula, depending on what you have. And those are just things that you'll want to start getting for your kitchen. And then I'm going to start with a little cheese here. I'm going to cook mine first. And then I'm going to do diced chicken. Tanya likes shredded, so we'll put shredded on hers in a little bit here. And I'll probably put some more. I'm actually going to put some shredded on mine too. And then a little more cheese. And if you bring the bowl over to what you're working on, you won't have cheese completely all over the counter, although I do already. And then we'll put a little salsa in. And then just kind of move that around to kind of evenly spread it. And there's cheese all over the floor. And then the pan's getting hot. And what I'm testing for here is don't ever put your hand on a pan, because it's going to be smoking hot whether it's even hot or not. But always just be really aware of that. And then I'm just going to put a little olive oil. You can buy this in a spray can at the grocery store. You can get it a lot of different ways. And so what I'm looking for here is that the oil kind of spreads out and it starts to kind of shimmer or look wavy when it gets warm enough. And then we've got a little cilantro, and then we'll garnish with cilantro and a little sour cream to dip it in, and I'll show you a pretty way to put it on the plate real simply. But I love cilantro, so we're gonna put cilantro inside of this here. She didn't put it in her recipe, but that's okay. Cooking's all about what tastes good to me. And cilantro, I've heard that cilantro tastes like soap to some people. I don't get that at all, but they're missing out. More cilantro for me. So I'm going to put this down, and if you can hear that, I'll lean down with the microphone. You can kind of hear that sizzling going on. And then I'm going to put the other tortilla on top. So let's maybe turn this up a little higher. And there's our foster dog trying to get into the kitchen. He loves food. And see kind of what's going on behind. See that little bubbling on the edges? I don't know if you can see that there. It's bubbling. That means that the browning is happening and the heat is going. And then I'm going to put another tortilla on top here in a little bit. And don't ever do what I'm doing because it can burn you. I don't have feeling in my fingers pretty much anymore from cooking over the years, so I'm pretty good. And then let's check. So you can take your spatula and check on the bottom. It's starting to brown. It's starting to get a little crispy. Or if you have tongs, these work really well too to do that. And start looking. You can see the cheese starting to melt here. I'm going to put a little more on top. Use it as kind of glue for the upper tortilla. And let's get that going here. I'm going to press it down a little bit. Start that in the gluing process, if you want to call it that. It's like when you are pulling a taco or a burrito apart and that gooey cheese is, it's cow glue versus horse glue, let's say. So let's check it again, and I'm starting to see a little smoking coming off the pan, so I'm going to turn my pan down a little bit, move that around. Hopefully the smoke alarm didn't go off. Ah, beautiful. See this browning here? This is like perfect. Some people are going to say go a little lighter browning. I like it dark and brown like that. And so we just flipped it over. I'm going to move it around to kind of get some of that other oil that's on the sides going. Get that on the food. It makes it taste good. And so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to clear my cutting board a little bit. Chicken to the side, and then we'll pull the quesadilla over, and we'll cut that into wedges and put it on a plate. If you're trying to impress people a little bit, food is one way to do it. If you're trying to impress a woman, they love if you can cook, so this is a good thing. And vice versa, a woman that can cook for their significant other is always a good skill set. It's worked well for me over the years. It's how I got my wife. Part of it at least. Hopefully not all of it. Okay, so let's pull this over. Let's take a look inside here. So you'll see that gooey, the cheeses coming apart. That's the beauty, I think, of shredded chicken versus cube chicken. It's just smaller. And so we'll just cut this into, you can cut this into 4 pieces. I'm going to cut it into 6. If you're having a few people over, you could use this as a appetizer. And 6 will just make it last a little longer. And you can just kind of arrange them different ways. And then if you want, you could do something like that. And that's sour cream, so you can take that and dip that into the sour cream. Put a little sprig of parsley on. You can also mince parsley and just kind of spread it and move it over. That's really ugly. That's not too attractive either. I kind of just pulled these off. So if we're wanting to garnish this a little prettier, look at the mincing videos, and I'll show you how to do that too. And there you go. It's chicken quesadilla, chicken cheese crisp from Robin Takes 5 book. Clean, simple. What did that take? 7 minutes or so. And really ugly partner, cilantro. but you get it. And it's just a simple, healthy snack for kids, yourself, everything. And so thanks for joining us on The Bald Guy Cooks, where cooking is simple and easy, just like my haircut. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.